Welcome to the Anglican Flaneurs. Today we're in the magnificent, wonderful town of Woodbridge in East Suffolk. It's another magnificent summer's day and we're really concentrating on this area at the moment. Those who are followers and supporters of the vlog will know that recently we've done two wild swimming vlogs on the River Deben, one very close to where we are today at Kyson Point, and one slightly nearer towards Felixstowe at Woodbridge. We're going to walk around Woodbridge this morning. We're going to look at some of its wonderful buildings and its streets, and get to the railway station, other sites in Woodbridge, the Tide Mill, and also we'll be close to the River Deben, so we'll get some great views there as well. We're just coming on to Market Hill now. You can see the War Memorial to your left, and the Shire Hall, the Town Hall, will be in front of you. The history of the Shire Hall goes back to Tudor times, to the reign of Elizabeth I. It was commissioned by a local landlord, Thomas Seckford, a very rich and affluent person, who decided to remove the quarter sessions from Milton to this location and needed a new building. The building was multi-purpose. There was on the ground floor a corn market, and there was a courtroom on the first floor. I'll give a little more background on Thomas Seckford. He was born in 1515 and died in 1587. He was a lawyer, a man of business at the court of Queen Elizabeth I, and a landowner, as I said, in these areas. He was very much a benefactor of the town, and he was one of the masters in ordering a court of request to Queen Elizabeth. He was a surveyor of the court of wards and liveries for the last 6 years of his life, and he built many properties in this area and also in Clerkenwell in London. And his manor house, Seckford Hall, is now a top-end luxury hotel and spa. There's a lot of cafes and restaurants around the market square, and it's a very popular stop-off place for cyclists This is a particularly good area of the country to cycle. It's flat, not particularly demanding, and some of the roads aren't particularly busy, so lots of people like to cycle around here, and this is a great place to stop. I've done it before on cycle rides with my mate Phil Coley. You may in this blog see evidence of that species called the mammal, so apologies for that. The yellow fronted building that we see in front of us, I think used to be a B&B, but the lady who owns it is a specialist in English heritage tomatoes, and I brought many tomatoes from her in the past, so there's a really interesting fact for you. She doesn't seem to have as many tomatoes as she normally had. I don't know what she grows now. The mind-blowing facts are coming fast and fast. Now on the left-hand side very shortly you'll see a violin maker. Now that's not something you see too often. I don't know the first thing about violins, and I certainly can't play one, but I think the shop looks great anyway. We'll take one last look at Market Hill and the town square before we turn around and we walk down New Street, which is one of my favourite streets in Woodbridge. On the left hand side there was an old furniture and antiques place called the Bullring, and it was there for years, and you could pick up some really smart furniture there. The guy's retired now, but he was quite a character, and going in there, as I did for years, always reminded you of going into a set of Lovejoy from the 80s and 90s if you were a fan of that programme. There's a pub called the Old Bell Steel Yard on the right hand side, and evidence at the top there of what the former use of the building may have been. It's quite a decent pub, that one. Another mind-blowing fact coming up: the lady who owns the pub is also a great knitter. and my wife and her have had many a great conversation on the subject. Another mind-blowing fact from the Anglian Flaneurs. And on the right hand side you can see one of the really great buildings, I think, of Woodbridge. I don't know its function now, whether it was just a private property, but it does remind me, this road reminds me of walking down possibly a road in Ravenham, and memories of that vlog that we did back in the middle of February when the weather was considerably colder. I would guess the date of the building is Tudor or late medieval. You'll see a delightful terrace cottage very shortly with flowers out the front, a sign saying "I love Woodbridge." Well, we all love Woodbridge. You see lots of buildings in these parts with this white brickwork. Obviously over time, without being cleaned, it's become slightly weathered. Certainly West Suffolk around the Sudbury and Bury St Edmunds area was known for its numerous brickworks, making bricks of this colour. We're now heading back in the direction of the main high street, but I'm going to bypass that for today's vlog. As high streets go, I think it's one of the better ones in the area. I know lots of people who really like the high street, but as most high streets these days, it does have a lot of chains. The independents are dwindling, and I've shown you some shops around the market square already. I'm not a particularly big fan of shopping and showing people shopping high streets in the vlogs, though I probably have done in the past. We're just crossing over the railway line. We're now on this railway line is between Ipswich and Lowestoft, and I've travelled on it many times. It is an absolute delight to travel on this line. We're now walking in the direction of the tide mill. I gave you quite a bit of history on the tide mill back in our first ever vlog at the end of October last year, so I won't repeat myself, but it is one of the gems of Woodbridge, and it's a much painted building. And I'd be very surprised today if we didn't see numerous people with or painting it with watercolours or just sketching. And there's the Woodies pool where they store their water when the tide is coming in, and they can then use it to keep the mill running. You'll see before you lots of boats and barges, and I believe these are mostly residential. Also, there's been lots of new residential developments to our right, and they are extremely expensive. But what a view! What we see before us is the highlight of today in my world. It's the Longship. Now in this building, the Woodbridge Town Council 2018 awarded a 35-year lease for the Longship to the Woodbridge Riverside Trust, and the aim of this was that the building would be large enough to build a full-size reconstruction of the Sutton Hoo burial ship, measuring 27 metres in length. There's also space enough in the building for other smaller vessels to be built as well. But you'll see lots of tools, fantastic amount of wood, if you like that sort of thing, and I do. So I'm going to show you through the museum, through the workshop, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. I believe over £100,000 has been raised to initiate this project to finance the construction of the building, the tilting out of the building, and all the materials. And there's lots of hard-working volunteers behind this, and a lot of skilled volunteers as well. I'll let you see the building for itself. As you know from this vlog and previous vlogs, I have gone on about Sutton Hoo, and it is our intention to actually go and visit the site itself, so I won't repeat a lot of what I've said in the past. And we see before us another wonderful building in Woodbridge, the railway station, with an excellent cafe. I'm on the bridge over the railway line that connects the two platforms, and you'll be able to see some great views of the railway line heading in the direction of Wickham Market in Saxmundham, and also as we swing round you will see great views of the River Deben. It was later on this day that I did my wild water swim at Kyson Point, but I wanted to get that video out first, but it was all part of the same day adventure in the magnificent town of Woodbridge. So very shortly we'll see the train leaving Woodbridge train station in the direction of Ipswich via Westerfield, Little Beelings, and it's goodbye from the Anglian Flaneurs. It's been a joy having you along in the beautiful town of Woodbridge.